streets too. They didn't choose this fate, but they must struggle to survive. How many of them will starve before you see that unseen child's not important those already living? How would you explain to a neglected child that you have the wealth, the strength, the love to save their life, but instead you'll create an image of yourself? Allow them to die, allow them to die, them to die, them to die, and it comes back down to this, and it comes back down to this, and it comes back down to this, and it comes back down to this. And all I hear are justifications based on your own arrogance, your selfishness and laziness, a false pretense of species dominance. And all I see is I'm still suffering. You bring our child into a world that's naive, where all become a touch of the soil, water in the air that we breathe. Seems like a horrible gift as your legacy, but we still procreate continually. Out of respect for the earth, resources that we exploit, we need to stem our flow because we're not alone. We have the right to be here, but not everywhere at once. We have the right to live, but not to destroy this earth. And it comes back down to this, and it comes back down to this, and it comes back down to this, and it comes back down to this. And all I hear are justifications based on your own arrogance, your selfishness and laziness, a false pretense of species dominance. And all I see is swells of suffering, and it comes back down to this, and it comes back down to this, and it comes back down to overpopulation, and it all comes back down to this. So until every orphan child has a loving family, until we learn to coexist with each other peacefully, until we reconcile this immoderate that we bring to, I think we have any right to breathe. Do I think we have any right to breathe? No, 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 no right at all, no right at all, no, no right at all.
In the animal rights community, people constantly talk about, at least in the US, about adopting pets because there's literally millions of animals being put to death because there's no one to love them.
I La gente habla mucho sobre adoptar un animal porque hay millones de animales que nadie quiere y normalmente son asesinados porque no tienen un lugar donde vivir.
But the same stands true for humans. There's 100 million homeless children in the world that are either orphaned or just forced to live on the streets. And I feel that it's our responsibility as compassionate people to help those children as much as we help non-human animals.
Pero lo mismo es cierto para los humanos. Hay casi 100 millones de niños en el mundo que no tienen hogar, ya sea porque son huérfanos o porque están obligados a vivir en las calles. Y creo que es nuestra responsabilidad como seres humanos que sienten compasión, tratar de ayudar a estos humanos, tanto como ayudamos también a los animales no humanos.
I feel so strongly about that I actually had myself sterilized to ever prevent myself from having biological children. I understand that's a pretty extreme measure for a lot of people, but I felt that it was a necessity in the culture that I come from.
Siento tan poderosamente esto y creo tanto en ello que me he operado para no tener hijos nunca en mi vida biológicamente y sé que esta puede parecer una decisión radical para muchos de ustedes, pero a mí se me hizo que era mi responsabilidad y en la cultura en la que vengo es una cosa que hace sentido.
I think that too often the animal rights community forgets about human issues, and that's something I'm not willing to do. I think that human children have every much right to be respected as non-human animals. And so I just want to share that message for us to take care of the children that are already here before we invite new kids into the world.
Creo que muchas de las personas que trabajan por los derechos de los animales caemos en el error de olvidarnos de que también existen grandes problemas humanos. Yo no quiero ser parte de esas personas, no quiero ignorar también los problemas humanos. Entonces quiero hacer este llamado para que nos hagamos responsables de los niños que necesitan una familia en lugar de crear niños nuevos antes.
I understand that's not like the most popular opinion. If anyone has any problems with what I just said, I'm more than happy to talk about it either now or after the show.
Sé que esta no es una opinión muy popular, entonces si alguno de ustedes no está de acuerdo con ello, que bueno, eso se espera, estamos abiertos a que hagan preguntas o comentarios sobre ello y pues charlemos un poco, si quieren hacerlo ahora o si son tímidos si quieren hacerlo después.
It's not my intention to offend anybody. My whole intention is just to try and raise awareness about important issues.
No es mi intención ofender a nadie, sino simplemente abrir un poco la conciencia de la gente hacia algunos problemas a los que nos enfrentamos actualmente.
This next song I want to play is called One Species.
¿Alguien quiere decir algo?
El hecho de que se haya hecho una vasectomía lo llevó a adoptar alguna medida para ayudar a los niños de la calle.
¿A él? Did performing a vasectomy make you take a decision to help children on the streets?
Yeah, it has. I speak out at every show.
Sí, precisamente, bueno, este tipo de activismo es escribir una canción sobre ello y tratar de difundir el mensaje sobre hacer lo mismo a cuantas personas sea posible.
If I was at the place to be able to take care of someone else, I would obviously don't.
Si estuviera en la condición de poderme hacer cargo de un niño en este momento en mi vida, definitivamente antes de tener uno biológico, adoptaría uno.
In the U.S., adoption can be very hard, so a lot of people foster, and I'm not sure if that's available in Mexico, but just inviting children into your home to live, to take care of them.
En Estados Unidos es muy difícil adoptar, puede ser complicado y puede tomar tiempo. Entonces mucha gente lo que hace es una cosa que se llama foster. Te haces cargo de un niño durante determinado periodo de tiempo, le abres tu casa y te haces cargo de él como si fuese tu familia hasta que está listo para irse.
And I think that's something that we can do anywhere in the world. If you know that there's a child who needs help, and you have the ability to take care of them, or ability to assist them in some way, I feel that's part of our responsibility as compassionate people.
Creo que eso puede suceder en cualquier parte del mundo, aunque no existan organizaciones aquí en México. Si se sabe de algún niño que necesite esa ayuda y ese cuidado, creo que es nuestra responsabilidad como personas compasivas hacernos cargo de ello y tratar de ayudar en el mayor modo posible que podamos.
Any other questions?
¿Otra pregunta?
¿De qué cultura es él?
De Estados Unidos.
vegan straight edge culture.
Una cultura vegana y una vida libre de drogas y alcohol.
But I mean, as far as like my heritage is German-Irish.
Pero si te refieres a la herencia cultural, es alemana e irlandesa. ¿Alguna otra pregunta?
I mean, if as far as like a cultural issue, I come from a large family. There's 8 kids in my house. My mother's a midwife. I've been surrounded by kids in birth my whole life, and that's one of the reasons why I made this decision.
Si te refieres a su familia, viene de una familia bastante grande, son 8 hermanos y es una madre que tuvo hijos hasta avanzada edad, entonces él creció rodeado de niños y es una de las razones por las cuales decidió escribir esta canción. ¿Alguien más? ¿No? Ok. Esta canción se llama Una especie.
Each one of them is a part of me, and I rage, cause I'm locked with them inside that cage. Cause I don't see a difference between a multitude of species. I feel pain, they all wanna live just like me. Are we gonna see that there's no difference in suffering? One species, we're all the same. We're all sentient beings. When they bleed, I bleed. When they scream, I scream. When they are abused, doing it to me and you. And if you want peace, then we have to stop supporting. And when are we gonna see that there's no difference in suffering? One species, we're all the same. We're all sentient beings. And how long are we gonna go on with the abuses? Cause the animals don't need your petty excuses. Imagine if it was your baby that they were taking away. Imagine if it was your life or your brothers and sisters dancing for fun. Could you imagine being old alive? Could you imagine being slaughtered just so you're right? Could you imagine being you just as a product? In the ambience, it's the same on. When are we gonna see that there's no difference in suffering? One species, we're all the same. We're all sentient beings. And when are we gonna see that there's no difference in suffering? One species, we're all